welcome to episode 525 of the Pittsburgh Nerd Podcast. I'm Sean.
I'm Ian, and this is the only podcast that says...
Blame Canada! Blame Canada! Let's get that shit under control, huh, Canada?
It's crazy.
Fucking wildfires in Canada, and I'm waking up with headaches down here. Ian's coughing.
Yeah, well, it's not helping my sickness at all.
No. You are down with the sickness. Wow.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, fucking Canada. Like, what was it, 2 days of like...
You know, though, what is happening? Because Canadian wildfires aren't something new. It's been going on forever.
Right.
This isn't, I mean, it's like wildfires in California.
Yeah.
I mean, like... sorry. But, I mean, this isn't something new. I mean, I can remember, I don't remember any of this as a kid or even young adult.
No. No.
I can remember when the mill caught on fire in down off of Romine.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And that messed up the city for a day or two.
Yeah.
And I remember when Mount St. Helens erupted. Do you
Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah.
Everything turned yellow here. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Like, yeah, that was like such a massive eruption that the ash cloud actually got this far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like that for 2 days or something.
Yeah.
But this, well, why are we noticing it?
I don't know. I honestly don't. I mean, it's the oddest thing. I would imagine the fire is that massive. Number one, like, I haven't kept track of it, but I'm going to guess this is an absolutely huge. You know, because I mean, I remember a few weeks ago, like when they were talking, like in New York, they were like, it looked like something out of like Silent Hill.
Yeah,
in New York City.
Yeah, and like on Thursday, we had the worst air in the world or the country or something.
Yeah.
Like that. I'm like, what?
I
mean, don't get me wrong. We're from Pittsburgh, so
Right.
I mean, like, our people grew up in this type of environment every day.
Yeah.
That's what it was like every day.
Right.
For
But it also hasn't
50 years.
Right, but it also hasn't been that way
No,
in about 40 years.
No, agreed.
You know what I mean?
I agree with you. But, holy fuck.
Yeah.
It's bad. You can taste the air.
Yeah.
I was like... Plus, me being sick, it's not helping.
Yeah. Like, when I was a kid, I can remember going, like... You'd wake up in the morning and you, like... It tasted like rotten egg.
Yeah.
Or, like, bad... And it was because Claritin had... You know...
Yeah.
Let something out.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, you could just... Like... You just knew you were in for a bad day.
Yeah, I mean, I can remember going through Hazelwood and smelling that.
Yeah.
When I was a kid.
Yeah.
When the Hazel mill was still running.
Yeah. So yeah.
Every time you went through Hazelwood, it smelled like that.
Yeah, but now, I mean, it's been 40 years since.
I mean, we get it here.
Yeah.
From Claritin and E.T.,
but not like this. Like this was like
this is nuts.
Yeah.
And I've never seen it in a code red. I've seen it in orange, but I've never seen code red and above.
Yeah.
Like, we were in purplish range there.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like I woke up Thursday morning with like this. I couldn't get rid of the headache.
Yeah.
Like it was just like, what in the hell? And I'm like looking outside, like, oh, maybe that's the problem.
Yeah.
You know, the Google's telling me like not to go outside. Like, you know, air's bad. Stay inside.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So otherwise, how have you been?
Last week was a daze.
Yeah.
I relapsed on this cold and had fever for like 3 days.
Yeah.
I mean, off and on. I kept fighting it.
Yeah.
It just kept coming back. So that was a nightmare. truly.
Yeah.
So I watched some stuff, but like I was in and out.
Yeah.
I did finish The Bear season 2.
Oh, okay.
Superb.
Yeah.
Yeah. It deserves every 100% Rotten Tomatoes score.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is that good of a show.
I've heard people rave about it.
It is that good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's unbelievable. So, anyway, watch that. Jamie Lee Curtis in it.
Yeah.
And she's going to win an Emmy. If she doesn't, I'll be shocked.
Yeah.
But, and she's only in like one episode, really.
Yeah.
But, she was unbelievable. I have to say. I mean,
Yeah.
I always thought Jamie Lee Curtis was a good actor. And I think she is a good actor.
Yeah.
Do I think she's like a
Glenn Close,
Oscar?
Meryl Streep.
Yeah, no,
level,
I don't.
No.
And like, I don't think she considers herself that either. Ever. I don't think that's ever came into her mind as
Yeah.
being that. Right?
Right.
But she's a good actress. And, but this one episode, man, she just threw all her chops in and
Yeah.
just, dropped the mic. Seriously, at the end. It was that good. The makeup was perfect.
Yeah.
It showed her wrinkles, her expressions. It's just, man, it's that good. It's this. This is a really good. This is a really good show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, they haven't finished, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. But yeah, so I finished that.
Okay.
Almost done with Jack Ryan.
I gotta start on that.
I think that's it. I started a science fiction movie and realized it was fucking Bruce Willis, and I just turned it off.
Wow.
I mean, the few scenes that he was in, I was just like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was kind of heartbreaking, so I just didn't want to, like,
I get that.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I watched Strange New Worlds.
Oh, that episode was fantastic.
It just gets better and better.
It does.
Dang. That was
Yeah.
good.
It was.
And I was skeptical. As soon as they landed on Earth, I'm like, come on.
Yeah. Oh,
Are we
yeah.
doing this fucking...
This old
this
chestnut?
This was like 3 chestnuts.
Yeah.
Burning on fire when
Yeah.
I saw what happened, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Why don't you just, I was expecting the 1930s scene with the
Yeah.
Tommy guns.
Yeah.
Because, that's infamous. But it actually turned out to be really, really, really good.
Yeah.
And some explanation in there. You know what I mean? Like a little
Right.
bit more storytelling. And for some reason, I had forgotten or didn't know that she was relative of Khan.
You had forgotten because they've brought it up.
Yeah, I must have forgotten. But, man, was it a good episode.
It was. I mean, it was really like I really liked it because it played on a lot of different things. Like it played on her past and her coming to grips with her heritage.
Yeah.
In a way. I liked that it like the ripple effect of like Khan is such an important person to history that like if he's not a part of it, like this changes everything in history going forward from his which was kind of an interesting thing. And then also like this little things like because it references and reinforces something that was like from Enterprise, like the Scott Bakula show, where there was a lot that dealt with the temporal wars that were taking place that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
And like, so to have like that brought up, and like you find out the Federation at some far-flung future point has a temporal agency.
Yeah.
Like that was kind of like a cool, like drawing that all together kind of thing. Like there was a lot of things I liked about that episode, but I just thought, especially when she sat down with Khan and like that was cool. Like I liked that a lot.
Yeah. I liked Kirk in it too.
Yeah.
It was real Kirk. Like,
yeah.
have a hot dog.
Yeah.
It's Kirk does.
Right. But it was also like, it was interesting because it's like the thing I always like is this is twice now where they've brought in Jim Kirk, but in a way that it's like his destiny is to be on that ship,
right?
But at the same time, like the first time they do it, like was with Pike, showing him this is why you can't change your future, because somebody else is meant to be on this bridge, not you, at this time.
Yeah.
And that's needed. But in this episode, like it's Kirk's Enterprise, but yet it's a completely different timeline.
Yeah.
So like it was like interesting. Like it's like he's destined to be on that ship, and time keeps showing us that in an odd way.
Yeah, yeah.
And I even like the Romulan at the end, like she talks about like time keeps pushing back. Like time's kind of trying to correct itself.
Yeah.
Every time you change something, it's trying to correct it back the way it's supposed to be. That's kind of and one of those things time is always pushing towards is Kirk being on the Enterprise.
Right, right.
You know. So that was like stuff like that. I found neat and interesting.
He still has a ways to go here, right? Before he gets on Enterprise.
Well, I mean, in their timeline, he's still Lieutenant Kirk.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean he got a few years before Pike's
Exit.
You know, well, I mean, I guess Pike will get promoted to Admiral, and that's when he has the accident. So when Pike gets promoted, that's when Kirk will take the Enterprise.
Accident.
When he ends up in the chair, and the green dots yes, red dots, red blights no. Like he's going to have that accident that maims him, and then that's the whole point of the Cage episode of the original Star Trek is Spock steals the Enterprise to take Pike back to that planet so that he can live his life thinking he's whole.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
With the woman he loves and everything else.
Yeah. I don't think that's how they're going to play it out in this one. Well, they've already changed that timeline in the movie.
No, they haven't. Not in this time. He knows. He's already been shown he's going to have that accident. That was the whole point of the season finale last year, was he was trying to find a way to prevent it.
Yes.
And it was like he was being shown, this is why you can't prevent it.
So it's not canon with the movies then?
No, not the movies.
No, because Pike dies in the movies.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and this...
That was brutal.
That was brutal.
Kirk?
Yeah.
And Spock, seeing his last thoughts?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But yeah, like
it... episode.
It
not
was a
episode.
great episode. Yeah.
That was a good scene.
Yeah. But yeah, like in the original series, like that's the Cage episode is
Yeah, and I get it. I remember.
Yeah.
Watching so many fucking Star Treks, I'm starting to lose my mind.
Yeah.
Which Spock is coming out?
Yeah. Which Spock are you?
I do like this Spock though.
I do. I like the guy playing Spock. Yeah, he's very good.
Yeah.
I saw an interview with him, and he said when he reads his scripts, he hears it in Leonard Nimoy's voice, not his own.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
That is kind of cool. Because like, you figure as an actor, you have to have an ego, so when you're reading your lines, you have to read it in your own voice. And he said, no, I read it in Leonard Nimoy's.
Nice.
That is nice. That'd be like me playing Batman and saying, well, I still hear it in Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. He's good.
Yeah, he is. He's very good.
So, yeah. So, that was good. I watched that.
Did you watch episode 2 of Secret War?
No. Good?
It is, yeah.
I didn't get to it.
Like, I heard everybody complaining about, like, you know, oh, it's so slow and it's not what we're, you know, it's a 6-episode series.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, you're not getting everything all at once. Like, you know, this is a pot boiler.
Yeah.
You know, this is a slow burn thriller.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to get pieces when they want to give them to us. You know, so, like, I've enjoyed it. You know, like, this has been so far, this is one of my favorite Marvel series. Like, you know, Hawkeye, you know, Falcon and Winter Soldier, and this is, right now, after 2 episodes, it's probably like my 3rd favorite Marvel series.
Yeah. Nice.
That, and I did finish the 1st season of Silo.
Silo.
Which it's on Apple.
Of course.
The whole concept of this show is something has gone wrong with the Earth, and we're in this silo. What's left of humanity, all 10,000 of us.
Okay.
And like it's like a few hundred levels down, and you know, like the closer to the top you are, the higher ranking you are, and the bottom is like that's where like the maintenance, like that's where the generator is, that's where the maintenance crews are and stuff like that. You know, in the middle there's like areas that you know, they have grow lights, they grow crops, they have farm animals, you know, but it's like 10,000 people like left on Earth, and they're all in this silo. or are they? You know, so like these people that start come across this, you know, maybe what we're being shown isn't what's really out there. Maybe that there is something else to it.
Yeah.
And they that's what the whole thing is. It's like this girl, she gets promoted to sheriff because the sheriff went outside. Like it's like punishment. If you say you want to go outside, then you're going outside. Like it's like a punishment. And like they put you in these suits, but people, like, you know, you clean the camera and then people die like outside. It's like so horrific out there. Like even the suit can't protect you. So this girl, she was working with the sheriff to try to uncover what's going on. He goes outside. And his final request is that she become sheriff. She takes the job. And, of course, she's doing things that nobody else wants to see happen. And there's a conspiracy about. Like, it's a very interesting show. And I will admit, I won't give it away in case you do want to watch this if you have access to Apple TV. But the ending of the final episode of the 1st season was one of the bigger what the fuck moments I've ever had.
Okay. Nice.
Like it really was. Like I was really like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But it's fantastic. Like I can't wait for season 2 because I need answers.
Okay.
So that was like the other thing I watched. I'm trying to think I watched the making of season 3 of The Mandalorian. I like it. I always like how they see how they talk about like. It isn't even so much like what brought them to like, okay, this is what the season's gonna be. Like how did it become like more focused on Bo-Katan than it was on Din Djarin? like, you know, what decisions were being made, listening to Katie Sackhoff talk about playing the character that she's played for a long time, but like in live action is completely different. Like she talked about like going back and rewatching it because she wanted to see how the character moved so that she could replicate that.
Yeah.
Like how she turns her head when she talks. Like going back and watching an animated show so you can try to replicate that animated character is kind of a fascinating thing. And I feel like I'm sure it's probably the same thing Rosario Dawson did, especially with like the mannerisms and stuff that Ahsoka has.
Yeah.
But it's still like this odd thing of like, because I'm thinking to myself like, why would you need to reference the character you've been playing the character? It's your character,
right?
But it's not in a way. And now she's making it hers in live action, which is that was kind of neat to like hear about.
Yeah.
And of course, I'll take any opportunity to listen to the Bryce Dallas Howard talk.
Rosario Dawson, she's had a good career.
She has, like, she really has. Like, it's just, I don't want to say it's a surprising career, but like some of the choices that she makes, like you're just like, you know, wow. Like being in Clerks 2 and Clerks 3. Like, to me, she was a big enough star that she didn't like doing Clerks 2 was like a step down for her.
Yeah, because she had just done Rent.
Yeah.
That was a big part. For her. That was singing and dancing.
Yeah.
That was everything.
You know, and she's doing Clerks 2, like, you know, this little Kevin Smith movie, but apparently she's a massive fan.
Yeah.
You know. And, like, also stuff like Sin City.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she's a self-admitted nerd.
Yeah.
Like, you know, she loves comic book stuff. She loves comic book. I mean, she was a night nurse. You know, she loved playing that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Good career.
Yeah, she has had a good career. That and I think that's it. I do have some sad news to report. Big Chuck took a spill.
What?
Yeah, apparently last Sunday he was taking one of the dogs out, and there was another lady with a dog coming by, and the dog took off, and Dad was holding the leash and got dragged down, and apparently broke his arm.
Ooh,
got all busted up.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Like he broke like his I'm gonna say it's a humerus. Broke that, and they're like, you know, he's gonna see an orthopedic surgeon on Sunday. See if they're gonna have to do surgery on that.
Yeah.
So keep my dad in your thoughts, you know, T's and P's, if you will, please.
Yeah.
Whatever it is you believe in. Good vibes, whatever you do.
Huh.
But yeah. So I went to go visit him Thursday. It was rough. Like, I don't know if it's the pain. Like, he didn't look comfortable. Which, I mean, he's got a broken arm and he's all bruised up and, you know. But he, like, he was kind of fidgety a little bit, and he kind of got up, he sat back down, and he wasn't his normal self. And I kind of felt bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
That sucks.
yeah. So that was that.
What happened to the dog?
He held on to the dog.
Did he?
Yeah.
With a broken arm.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But apparently, like, the other dog, French Fry, saw what happened and went full Lassie mode and woke up people. Like, alerted them that something was wrong.
Really?
Yeah. It was, like, really impressive. Like wow, okay, yeah,
This is really
he went full Lassie mode there. That's impressive.
Yeah.
And, it's like, apparently, because it was early morning, and apparently woke up my sister and my mom. And then my sister came downstairs, and she looks out, and there's my dad laying on the ground. He said it was all out of sorts, and they had to rush him to the hospital.
Huh.
Yeah.
And the dog just took off on him, or what?
Well, I mean, Vader's an asshole. He's a good dog, don't get me wrong, but he's an asshole. And so it was like one of those deals where, like, you know, this lady's coming along and she's got her dog on a leash, and Vader goes after it. My dad's holding on to the leash, got it around his wrist and shit, and I guess Vader just got him, yanked him down, and dragged him.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What'd the lady do?
I don't know. I guess she took off.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Who does that?
I guess somebody's protecting their little dog.
Jeez.
Yeah. So yeah,
That's enough.
that was my Thursday. And Friday was Nancy's birthday. So I went out to celebrate by myself. I went to Jim's Hot Dogs.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, I went out. I was going to get her a cake and stuff. And she was doing something, so I had time. And I was like, well, I'm going to go get myself something to eat. I'm in the mood for a hot dog. I didn't want to go to Sheetz. I didn't want to go to Get-Go. Thought about going to Dairy Queen. I thought, fuck it, I'm going to Jim's. I went to Jim's, and I got 2 cheese dogs with sauce and onion and some french fries. Oh, it was delicious. Oh, that was so good.
Nice.
I gotta go out there more often. The problem is I'm never that way at all. But I'm very rarely in like that side of town, like West Mifflin.
Yeah. Why would you be?
Yeah. So, like, it's like I'm gonna go out of my way, but it's worth going out of my way because that shit is so fucking good.
Yeah. I had because they all went to a concert last week,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, last weekend.
Yeah, they went to go see The Cure in Maryland.
Yeah, and they were like arm's length away from.
Yeah.
So one day I ordered a steak hoagie
Yeah.
from Pepinos.
Okay. Yeah.
I like their steak hoagies.
Yeah.
Because I like their bread. They make their own bread,
Yeah.
and their steak hoagies are good.
Yeah.
So I got a steak hoagie, and then on Monday I got a sub from that Glad's Deli.
Yeah.
It's a new deli that
Yeah.
opened up, and it was really good.
I've heard nothing but good things about that place. Like every single person I've talked to, or I know, like on my timeline, has been like, Glad's Deli's amazing.
And it is.
Yeah.
I think part of the secret is they use Breadworks bread,
Yeah.
and Breadworks is it's really good bread.
Yeah.
It is,
Right.
especially for hoagies.
Yeah.
It's very similar to. It's sort of the bread is similar to a Jimmy John's.
Yeah.
It's like kind of a little bit hardish on top.
Yeah. A nice little crust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but soft. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like really good. So I got 2 hoagies, 2 halves, because Bree and we split it.
Yeah.
I got a turkey and roast beef, and I got just the Italian.
Yeah.
And I said, what do you want on it? Lettuce, tomato, no onions. 'Cause nobody eats onions. And I was curious on what kind of onions they were going to put on it,
Yeah.
but I
Not curious enough.
not curious enough. I should have asked. I was like, do
Yeah.
you put red onion on it, or do you put the fucking
Diced white.
diced white? 'Cause if you put red on it, then you're a master. But I didn't ask, so I just feel like white onions take over a sandwich if they're raw, especially.
Yeah.
And I said lettuce, tomato, and dressing. For the Italian,
Right.
and then just for the roast beef, just lettuce, tomato.
Right.
And man, felt like I was carrying 10 pounds in that bag.
Look at the Carlos hoagie.
No,
Okay.
because I think DeCarlos is mostly bread,
It is, yeah.
and I don't think there's a lot of meat on a DeCarlos hoagie.
There is a lot of meat. Don't
But-
get me wrong, but the meat to bread ratio is still heavy to the bread.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
there's
they
so
do-
much fucking bread.
It is. It's a lot of bread. I can't deny that. But they do put a good bit of meat, and it's very good meat.
Yeah,
Like, Nancy's mom, Chicky, was the only woman to ever defeat the meat to bread ratio by going double meat.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Little hitchhiker there.
But yeah, she went double meat, and they were like, "Ma'am, I don't think you understand." And we're even talking like, "There's a lot of meat on this." I'm like, no, you give me double meat.
She's like, "Fuck you! I'm 6 months from death."
yeah, and well, they handed her the.
You're gonna be mean.
I am sorry. Ian apparently felt the revenge of Jim's drive-in hot dog.
Anyway,
what were you even talking about there?
Glad's Deli.
Huh?
Glad's Deli.
Oh yeah.
So I get it home. They put the Italian dressing in a fucking little container for me, not on the sandwich, which I liked, so I can add my own.
Right. Is that baked or unbaked?
Unbaked,
Unbaked. Okay.
wrapped in paper.
Because the only time I like it with the dressing is if you bake it.
No, it doesn't matter to me.
Like, it doesn't. I'm not a huge fan of Italian dressing to begin with, but like if you put it on the bread and you bake that for a couple minutes and get it
Yeah.
toasted, then I feel like
Yeah.
it kind of works better than if you just kind of throw some dressing on some
Yeah.
bread. It feels kind of wet to me.
Yeah, I mean, it was just, good meats,
Yeah.
a lot of meat, a lot
Yeah.
of cheese, some mortadella in there. It was really good. I was pretty impressed. I was like, wow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd rather pay the extra $3 and get a large. But
Yeah.
not even that. I think the large Italian was like $13. I'd rather pay that than get a Subway.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, Subway's price has just skyrocketed, and like, if I'm gonna get a hoagie, I'm just gonna get a hoagie from them.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
I think both halves were like $8 or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's something like that. But I like it. The tomatoes were shaped real thin. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good hoagie.
Good. Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about that place.
Yeah, but I think the secret is that breadworks bread.
Yeah.
So I looked.
Yeah.
I was trying to see where the bread was coming from, and I
Yeah.
saw the breadworks package. Hopefully, that's what they're using.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, if it's something else, I want to know what it is. But
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. Good hoagie, man.
Good.
Loved how it was wrapped in paper, and I brought it home in paper.
Yeah.
There's something about that,
I get that. Yeah.
Seriously, I don't
Yeah.
know what it is, but
No, I understand that. That makes sense to me.
I feel like I'm getting a real sub.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
Like from a deli.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Basic inside too. He had like 3 tables, a TV,
Yeah.
nice and clean though, and a couple pop coolers. You know,
They got their Turner's tea.
they did. They have
Yeah.
Turner's tea there, and they also have like Pepsi and Coke, and
Yeah.
like they even had Starbucks Frappuccinos. The cold drinks and
Right.
stuff. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
But I mean, that's just like oddly. That's like a Glassport staple. Is like a Fuzzy's hoagie and a Turner's tea.
Yeah.
So, like to me, like if you're going to compete with Fuzzy's, which is what they're doing, then you need Turner's tea.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you
But I
just
mean-
need to-
I don't know. I hope they stick around because I just felt like
yeah,
it was good. It's something good.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I agree.
They were originally supposed to go into Kessler's location, I think,
Yeah.
up in Liberty.
Yeah.
But something happened, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I heard, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that'd be a cool place to have a fucking sub shop. To turn that into a...
That's a big place, too.
Yeah, I mean, you can have a real deli.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, they have like 10 or 15 tables in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they were a full-on restaurant, plus...
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were a pharmacy/restaurant. Isn't it Kessler's drugstore?
I think it was the drugstore on one side.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think there was a drugstore on one side, and on the other side they had like a...
Diner or something.
Yeah, like a malt shop almost. Where like they had like
That's sick.
like the homemade milkshakes. I think it was like kind of like the one down on Walnut Street, like where they have like
Ayers.
Ayers, where they have like the counter where you can still get like the homemade milkshakes and stuff. I think they separated the drugstore from the counter.
Yeah.
And the counter just expanded.
I see.
Where they were like, I mean, I knew people who would like go there for lunch. You know, like that was like, you know.
And that's a cool.
Yeah.
What a novel idea. To
Yeah.
bring that back.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be.
In today's market, it'd probably fly.
I think the only problem with that, I think the same problem they're going to run in there is parking. But I mean, yeah. But I mean, if you're just like a 3-table setup, I mean, you're looking at to-go orders mostly.
Oh, yeah.
But still.
I'm saying, like, I'm not talking a novel idea on them. I'm like, for anybody opening up
Yeah.
a shop like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like niche.
Yeah, it
How
is.
many places do you know that have, stuff like that?
I mean, there was only 2 that I knew of, and one of them shut down right now.
Well, it's similar to how Murphy's used to be.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
You know? Like, you saw your food cooking right there. Like, the flat,
Right.
all the
No.
everything's in front of you.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Like, it was the same way like what Kmart used to be.
Yeah.
You know, you sit down at the counter, guy took your order, cooked up your food right in front of you.
Yeah.
You know.
Plus with the soda and malt shop.
Yeah.
But I like that too because it's like, I don't know, because I can remember, believe it or not, I can remember going to Murphy's with Mom and getting an order. I was probably like 4, 5.
Right.
And where else did I have that? Besides the Kmart. I cannot remember. I know I've sat down at a place like that. Maybe it was Isley's before they all closed down.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I like
Well,
the
there
fact.
used to be that Isley's in McKeesport. That was there for a long, long time.
Huh?
There used to be that Isley's in McKeesport.
Yeah.
It was there for a very long time.
Yeah.
Like, they were like one of the last ones to shut down.
Then there was an Isley's in East McKeesport
Yeah.
in the shopping center right there.
Yeah.
That's the only ones I remember.
I remember there being one in West Mifflin down the road from Jim's. Like, where the Y is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that used to be an Isley's, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Then it became a Unimart.
Of course.
Of course.
But, yeah, there's something about that, sitting down and cooking your food right there. D's is like that.
Yeah.
Or used to be. I don't know what it's like now. But, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a neat concept. I don't know. I don't know why.
No, it is. You're right. I agree with you. It is a neat concept. Like, just like...
Like back in the 50s,
Yeah.
What I mean? I think that's the neatest thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, when you walk into Ayers, it's like walking into a time fucking machine.
Yeah. Going to get your 39-cent hamburger and soda.
Yeah.
Maybe a milkshake.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
I mean, like, it's shut down, but they still had the stuff in there. Like, they had the cologne counter. Like that one time I went in there, like they said, the cologne counter was still like it was like, but it was shut down. But like they still like high karate in there and shit. Like it was like the weirdest fucking thing. Like it was like this odd like time capsule of like what things were like in like the 70s.
I remember going to. I swear, Gene's shop used to have that too.
I think you still had to like ask the pharmacist for condoms.
Yeah.
Like I mean like it's an odd thing to think about, but like there was a time where like that's what you had to do. You had to like to purchase condoms, so where like now you just kind of walk into Walmart and pick yourself up a 12-pack.
Yeah.
But back then that was like a big deal.
Different time.
Yeah. Pharmacists have a conversation with you about the use of condoms.
I know where I had that fucking open girl. Was it? I think it's changed now, possibly. But it wasn't that long ago. But Mom went into Forbes for something.
Yeah.
And Forbes gift shop.
They had that. Yeah.
Had their little.
Yeah.
Setup there.
Okay. Yeah.
And I got a fucking burger and fries there. Top notch.
I could imagine, yeah. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Sat down, had my burger and fries, had a soda drink. Yeah, it was cool. That place was cool.
Yeah. That's a throwback.
And she's like, oh, yeah, honey, sure. Threw that shit on the flat top.
Yeah.
Covered that shit with a pot lid. I'm like, man, I'm in business.
Yeah.
Squirt some water on there to melt the cheese. Back with the pot lid.
Good stuff.
It was. Kmart, though. Toward the end, man, that shit hadn't been cleaned for years.
No, I mean, like, but there was a time where, like, at the height, like, it was, like, a big deal. Like, I don't want to say a big deal, but it was, like, you were getting, like, ham and cheese sandwiches there, like, off the grill.
Yeah.
Like the Kmart flat top was a big deal.
Yeah.
And it changed over. They were selling Little Caesars pizza. They were whatever they could to keep the fucking thing open.
Yeah.
But I mean, like there was a time where like
Kmart just turned into a trash store.
Yeah.
I mean, every time you went into the motherfucker, it was trashed.
Yeah.
Just absolutely trashed.
Yeah.
Trashed. It was like fucking shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Open boxes. And it was fucking madness. Kmart was madness.
It was.
At the end. The one there and the one on 51.
Yeah.
Just insanity.
Yeah.
And I never went in. I never liked going to Kmart much at all.
Yeah. Now, the one that gets romanticized is Hills.
Yeah.
The Hills snack bar gets very romanticized.
It stunk, though, man. That smell when you walked into fucking Hills, I was made nauseous.
Because, I mean, the snack bar was just, it was like popcorn. And they had, like, they had a roll, like, hot dogs on a roller.
Yeah.
They had, like, I think they had slush puppies.
Cotton candy.
Cotton candy.
Pizza slices. Probably.
Yeah, I probably like it. But it's like so romanticized, but like to me it's like the most overrated.
Don't tell that to the guy that's gonna have a food truck.
Yeah, I know. But that's what I mean. Like it's like so romantic. Like Hills' department store was fantastic. Like I can remember like the downfall of Hills hurt me because I did my clothes shopping, my toy shopping, like.
Yeah.
As a kid, that was like the place to go for shit, but like the snack bar aspect of Hills, like it's like so romanticized by people, and I'm just like, that was probably its weakest link.
Yeah, I never really got anything from the snack bar ever.
No, neither did I. But like, what doesn't get romanticized, like you could go to Hills and you could get yourself a slush puppy. You had a couple of quarters, you could play the Ninja Turtle game.
Yeah.
It was shit like that was like cool about Hills. On top of like, I got my Lee jeans there. I got my my T-shirts there. Like, that's where I went school clothes shopping.
Yeah.
And then, the downfall of Hills led to Ames, and Ames was just fucking awful.
Yeah.
But like that Hills snack bar just gets so romanticized, and I'm just like, man, that was like its weakest link.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it wasn't that great.
No. It wasn't the GC Murphy counter. It wasn't the Kmart counter.
No, it was just some miserable bitch behind the.
Yeah.
Hating everybody.
Yeah.
Smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, I thought maybe I was just a kid, but I swear some of the best hot dogs I ever had was at Eastland.
Oh, well, they had Wiener World.
Yeah. Oh.
Wiener World was the shit. Yeah, I mean that was. I mean, I couldn't tell you. I can remember it being a great hot dog, but I couldn't tell you what it was like now. But like Wiener World, I remember that. Like that was like.
Put your dog in
right.
the paper
Yeah.
holder.
Oh yeah.
The condiments right there.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Every time we went to Eastland, we got a hot dog.
Yeah. It was like right in the middle of the mall. It was massive.
Yeah, I know. It was like great.
Yeah.
We would like to see Eastland in its heyday.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember.
I don't either. Like, I mean, I remember Eastland, but I don't remember in its heyday. Like, its heyday was before I can remember.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember the heyday.
No.
But they
But,
had.
but its heyday was an open air mall.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. Like I've read where like it was open air, and then they put a roof on it later on.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wonder why.
I don't know. But that was one of the things. It was like it was an open air mall.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because I remember like the roof was like
A tin.
yeah,
Like a tin roof.
yeah,
Or a metal roof.
yeah. It's like when it rained and stuff, it was loud in there.
Yeah, it was. But I guess I didn't have any idea that it was
Yeah, it was open air originally.
how neat.
Yeah,
Makes sense the way the stores are designed.
yeah,
Were designed.
yeah,
Yeah, I thought it was a cool place, man. I would like to see it in its heyday.
yeah,
Busy and bustling, and
yeah,
and you went across the street to the theater. It's
yeah,
right there. Walk to.
Yeah.
Perfect walking distance to the theater.
yeah,
Yeah. That's a shame.
yeah.
I mean, at least I thought it was a shame.
yeah,
And then these big malls just put them out of business. And look at these big malls now.
well, the other side of it too was it was just in a shitty location.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I mean, honestly, it really was. If you look at where that mall was located,
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
was really only serving like McKeesport, North for Sales.
maybe you came up from Braddock.
or Wilmerding,
Yeah,
Churchill.
yeah.
You
Like,
know, in that
but
kind of group.
but it was like off the main, like it was off the beaten path too.
Yeah.
Like at least like Century 3 Mall, like had 51 running in front of it,
Yeah.
or Monroeville Mall has 22. Like those are major veins. This was like off of Route 30,
Yeah.
down the road, down the hill, and up, and it was in an odd spot that, like from a traffic standpoint, it just didn't have the traffic going to it.
Nah. Still, it had a Gimbals.
Yeah,
That was big.
yeah,
Probably because they wouldn't let Gimbals in McKeesport.
yeah,
That's probably why they put Gimbals there.
yeah, probably. But still, like if you look at it just from like that standpoint of like,
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, Cox wouldn't let anybody in
No.
McKeesport.
no,
That was his town.
yeah,
And that was sort of wasn't the downfall of McKeesport by any means.
no,
But it was a small factor, I'd say.
well, I mean, like,
McKeesport was big enough to have, at one time, was big enough to have like a Kaufman's, and
yeah,
it was almost bigger than Pittsburgh.
yeah, but I mean, like, once the mill shut down, like
Yeah,
everything else kind of, the dominoes kind of fell with it
No, yeah, for sure.
very quickly.
No, yeah, for sure. There's no denying that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
Right, I understand that. I'm just saying, like,
But in its prime time,
yeah,
during those, 50, 60 years there,
yeah,
Macy's or Kaufman's could have been in McKeesport.
Right.
Easy. Because
But-
a lot of people went to McKeesport before they even went. They didn't venture to Pittsburgh unless they were Christmas shopping.
yeah,
And they wanted something from the bigger store.
right. But like, I feel like that was something that like smaller towns like that would have been known for. Like, they had their own department store. They had like but you also had like Jason's, and you had
Greens.
and
Yeah.
you had Murphy's down the street.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean that like Fifth Avenue had
Cox's, you had Byers, you had
yeah,
Helmsteaders.
yeah,
Helmsteaders was big.
yeah,
Now, I know a lot of people don't think it's big now, but back then it was huge.
yeah,
And the reason being, I think, mostly was a lot of it was millware.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's what he pimped out of there.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like mill clothes.
yeah,
Yeah, or working clothes.
yeah. But those like 2 blocks, like you didn't need Gimbals or Kaufman's or Macy's or anything like that. Like those 2 blocks were doing just fine.
Yeah, those 2 blocks were good. I'd say 3.
Yeah,
Well, 3 from our memory.
yeah,
I mean, like, when Mom talks about it, you're talking like 6 square.
yeah,
Like, it was all like that.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, there was business all the way fucking down
right.
to the hospital.
Right, you also had the McKee Hotel. You had the Palisades was doing business. You had, the movie theater.
Yeah, not the Independent. Fuck. Mom worked there. They had the Memorial,
Yeah, the Memorial.
and then there was another one.
Yeah,
I think there was 3.
yeah, I think so.
I think there was an opera house too.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean,
It was like crazy.
yeah, like that's the thing that people don't understand. Like it's this funny thing. Like when you look at McKeesport today, you don't understand like how rich that history is. Like you talk about like Millionaires Row, like that's where like all the wealthy people lived, and like they were legit wealthy people with these mansions that are now like crumbling and just from decay and falling apart. And like it was like there was a time where McKeesport was this
King of the country.
yeah, like
Biggest blast furnace in the United States.
yeah, people were going to like bands would play in Pittsburgh, and then come to McKeesport to party.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you heard the stories of like these big artists were coming to McKeesport to hang out after they did a show in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So it was the place to be in a lot
Plus
of ways.
you had Renzi, you had the Renzi dances, you
Yeah.
had Renzi pool. I mean, it was, I'm sure, back in, 40s, those 40 years, 40 through, I'll just say 80, but
Yeah,
that was a decline. But I'm sure those 40 years were magical.
yeah,
Like 40 to 40, you know what I mean, 40
Yeah.
to 80.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were magical back in the 10s and 20s, but we were going through the Depression too.
right,
I'm sure it wasn't that great during the Depression.
right.
But that time period, man, I'm telling you, I would love, if I can go back in time, I would love to go back into that time of hustle and bustle
Yeah,
and just see this craziness.
because you see like the pictures from like 1948 McKeesport.
Yeah, and the train ran right through the center of town.
Yeah,
But you could see like people just 10 deep on each side.
yeah,
I mean, there were so many fucking people down there. It was like New York,
yeah,
like a mini New York within like a 6-block radius.
yeah,
It was so weird. It's just so weird to look at those pictures.
yeah.
Do you
It
know
is.
what I mean?
Oh, it is. I agree.
I'm like, and you got to say, man, this is where I came from. But I experienced the worst parts of McKeesport.
Yeah.
You know? It's a shame. But also down there you had, I mean, there was a Burger King, there was a McDonald's, there was a fucking Baskin Robbins, there was a Johnson the Florist, there was...
Oh, yeah.
And that's just from my memory. Those were the last men standing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there was just so much down there. Water fountains, ornate, lighting and parades.
Yeah.
It's just sad.
It is. I agree. It is. 100% is.
Yeah. Sad to see a decline of, I don't know,
Yeah.
just forgotten about.
Yeah.
Then you get to Renzi and you look at the archaeological finds there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that stuff, I mean, I can't even imagine in like 1952, say, driving, I mean, because that was, you know how they drove the strip in
Yeah.
the movie?
American Graffiti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the strip. That Walnut was the strip.
Yeah.
Not Walnut.
Eden Park Boulevard.
Eden Park Boulevard. That was the strip. That's where they did their...
Yeah.
That's where the cars came out.
Yeah.
And then they would turn up and go by Renzi and do that loop and go
Yeah.
back around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that was what you did,
Yeah.
I would love to go back in time like that and check that out.
Yeah.
It's so badass, dude.
Yeah.
Seeing everything lit up.
Yeah.
Just a time of progress and
Yeah.
people making a living and caring about their community.
Yeah.
It's good shit.
It was.
Now it's a fucking disaster zone.
It is.
And it's crime ridden.
Yeah.
And look at 10th.
Yeah.
Man, 10th Ward's just... You go through there through the detour, you're like,
Yeah.
what is it?
Yeah.
It's like worse than some of the bad streets.
Yeah.
The decomposing streets of McKeesport.
Yeah.
It's like, man. Whatever. I think there's a stink bug in this house.
There certainly is.
And I've named it. I'm waiting.
Hopefully this, the wait takes a while.
Hope that egg has a shell on it.
I hope so too.
Anyway, so what's going on? What do we got? What are we talking about? I feel like we're 80 years old tonight. That's how I feel.
Yeah, we're a couple of old men reminiscing about a time we didn't even experience.
We didn't even experience.
Yeah. Well,
just through pictures.
Yeah. So they're normally I don't get into casting news, but I found this to be interesting. So, the first bit is the long gestating Tron 3 has picked up steam. Apparently, begins shooting the end of this summer.
Okay.
With Jared Leto still attached, and now they've confirmed that Evan Peters will also be part of this cast.
Wow.
Yeah.
Evan Peters and Leto in Tron?
In Tron, yeah. Now, I mean, nobody knows what this is going to be. Nobody knows how it links to the original and the sequel.
Yeah.
It will, or is it going to be like its own complete, like, let's just completely reboot this franchise that we...
I hope he's okay after playing Dahmer.
Yeah. But,
So how did you method act for Dawn?
Yeah.
Wait raw steak for a long time.
So yeah, I find it interesting that this has kind of picked up steam again. Like, this is like I've kind of given up. Like, I'll never see Tron 3.
Yeah.
You know, like when you have Jared Leto attached to it, I was like, yeah, I don't know. You know, but apparently he's very strongly like into this.
Okay.
Like, to stay attached to it this long.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's a nerd. Like, I don't like the stuff he talks about when it comes to himself is like wackadoo shit.
Mm.
But the things I know is I know he tried to be Superman. I know he tried to be Green Lantern. He ended up doing the Morpheus movie. There was something else in there he wanted to do, but he didn't make the cut for. I mean, it was the Joker. You know, so he's if there's one thing,
it was a good joke.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to go on that at all.
I'm
yeah,
not.
Good
I'm
joke.
saying,
Yes. So he's tried out for a lot of like superhero stuff over the years, which I find interesting because like unless you like have like a connection to it, like why are you like other than it being like hey, these are usually cash cows. Like why would you be like really trying to attach yourself to them? So here's like another sci-fi nerd property that apparently he's very into, that he's attached himself to and is definitely a part of, and I find that very interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
It is. And I mean, Evan Peters, like, I mean,
damn son,
he's just a very good actor.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's no two ways about that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and like be like Evan Peters. Ugh. You know, no, he's a very good actor. Like,
yeah.
The stuff that he's done over the years, like you can't deny. Like, even like his Quicksilver.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Outside like the special effects, I thought like the way he played the character was very good.
Yeah.
You know. So.
I don't know. I like those special effects.
Oh, I do too. Yes, I'm just saying but like
it's that time in a bottle scene.
Yeah. Well, like both of them, like in first or in Days of Future Past, and then in Apocalypse. Like those two scenes, those speedster scenes are amazing.
Yeah. Well, save.
Yeah.
Whatever it could from Apocalypse.
But at the same time, I liked the way he played the character. Like, you can say, like, those two scenes are amazing, and they are, and you can't deny the special effects involved with that. But I like the way he played the character.
Yeah.
You know, he's just a very good actor overall.
I agree.
And then James Gunn has confirmed that David Corenswet and Rachel Brosnan are going to be playing Superman and Lois Lane in Superman Legacy. Now, I looked up both of them in IMDb. Neither of them have been in anything I've really seen.
Okay. Maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah. Rachel Brosnan, though, she was apparently in The Marvelous Miss Maisel.
Okay.
Which was a series on Amazon that I know received a lot of kudos.
Yeah.
So, as actors, I don't know anything about them.
Okay.
But I do know this. He definitely looks like Henry Cavill, and they both definitely look like Superman. Like, that. There's a picture of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I look at that guy and I'm like, oh yeah, that's Henry Cavill. You know? Like, I honestly like looked at that first and I was like, that's just Henry Cavill. But like, and I love that somebody said this on Twitter. They're like, somebody was making a joke like, when you say you want Henry Cavill and your mother says we have Henry Cavill at home. And they're putting up pictures of the two of them. And somebody said, it's not that Henry Cavill looks like, or this guy looks like Henry Cavill. is that Henry Cavill and this guy both look like Superman.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like okay, that's nice. I like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to sit here and say like, oh, I can't believe they cast this guy. I can't believe they cast her. I don't know anything about them.
Yeah.
You know, so I am intrigued to see.
Maybe he didn't want anybody huge
I'm sure he did.
in that spot.
I mean, if you really look at it,
I'm gonna start fresh.
since Christopher Reeves was a nobody when he got cast.
Yeah.
Because Richard Donner felt the most important thing was you don't see the actor in the costume, you see Superman in the costume.
Yeah.
So he cast a nobody as Superman.
Yeah.
So when Singer does Superman Returns, he's casting somebody that nobody's ever really heard of to be Superman because, again, he was going by the same philosophy.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if that's what Schneider believed in as well, but, like, I mean, I know that Cavill had been in a few things, most prominently that Gladiator, was it Spartacus that was on Stars?
Who?
Henry Cavill.
I don't know.
He was on a Gladiator show on Stars. I know that.
He was in Spartacus?
Yeah. That was my understanding.
I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
asking Lisa. She watched it.
But I never watched it, so I don't know. So, like, again, like, I was just like, well, I hope this guy can act.
Yeah.
Like, so, to me, like, all three of those guys were nobodies.
Yeah.
Like, the only person who's ever been like, I'm going to cast a known actor as Superman, it was Tim Burton when he was going to put Nicolas Cage in the suit.
Right.
You know, outside of that, like, nobody else has gone, like, the known actor route because you want them to see Superman. You don't want to see the actor.
Yeah, no, I get it.
You know, so, like, I'm going to hold my judgment until I see this cat portray Superman.
Sure.
You know, same thing with the actress. You know, Margot Kidder's a tough act to follow. You know, and I don't think either of the actresses that have been after Margot Kidder, like, I Amy Adams was okay, but, like, neither of them gave me, like, that Lois Lane vibe.
I don't know. I didn't read the comic book, so
Right.
I don't know how. I don't know.
It's a tough. Margot Kidder.
I didn't like Margot Kidder in
You
Superman.
didn't? I did.
No, it just the whole flying scenes bothered me in Superman. Just even as a kid.
Oh, not me. That's magic.
When she's holding on to him,
Yeah.
I get it. Hold on to me. Who's holding you?
Yeah.
I get that's a good line, and I get it.
Yeah.
But when she's in her fucking furry lingerie, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like a fucking Victoria's Secret pterodactyl. I can't.
Wow.
I can't. I couldn't get into it.
I found it romantic.
That was an awful scene.
Okay.
I get your I guess I can get your how you romanticize it, but it just looks so fake that I can't even. I just can't I couldn't even wrap my head around it.
I understand. I'm not going to hold it against you. You know, that's your opinion. You're entitled to it.
I mean, I've watched a lot of fake shit in my years. I get it. But that one stands out as like...
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, there was a lot of parts in Superman that I loved.
Yeah.
Sorry. And what was it, Superman 2?
Well, Superman 2 is the superior.
With what's her name?
No. Superman 2 is the one with Zod.
Yes. Superman 3.
That was the one with Richard Pryor.
And who's the redhead?
I know what you're talking about. She wanted to play Ma Kent in Smallville. Yeah, I know you're.
Lana Lang.
Yeah, she played Lana Lang
Lana Lang.
in Superman 3.
Yeah, but that's who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I thought she was...
Well,
She was great. That and the scene when he went bowling.
I'm pulling this up right now. Annette O'Toole.
Okay.
Because she played Lana Lang in Superman 3, and then she went on to play Martha Kent in Smallville,
Yeah.
which I thought was like an interesting twist.
Yeah. But yeah, I like it.
And then,
I mean, it's no Brewster's Millions. But,
yeah. See, I don't like Superman 3.
I didn't care for it that much.
Yeah. Like, there are some interesting things in Superman 3 that I like, but overall, like, I think it's not that good of a movie.
Dumb.
But it's not nearly as bad as Superman 4.
No.
Like, The Quest for Peace is in that same range as the movie that shall not be named.
I know. It's terrible.
It is. It is horrifically bad.
But, you know.
But I've even heard, like, what's his name? The guy who played Ducky.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I can't think of his name. But he's talked about in interviews.
John Cryer.
John Cryer, yeah. Because he ended up playing, like, Lex Luthor's nephew in that. And he said, agreed to the movie.
I know, I heard this too.
And the script that I read was completely different from the script that we shot. The script that I read was fantastic. And then they started cutting money from it left and right. And so you had to skimp and skimp and skimp and skip. And now all of a sudden the script's getting changed completely. And you're like, it turned into this complete turd. You know. So.
There you go.
I'd love to read that original script.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. That'd be cool to read.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
We shall see.
Well, you know what this weekend is?
Oh, yes. The furries have descended upon downtown Pittsburgh.
They have descended.
They have descended. And in typical furry weekend, the humidity has jumped 1,000%.
All right, it's so fucking thick outside.
Oh,
I can't even imagine those poor fools.
no.
It sounds like a lot of dehydration and a big vet bill.
I'm just trying to imagine the swamp ass you're getting in that suit.
Huh. I can't. And it's funny, you know, this suits cost like $5,000 to $15,000.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know if I can wear something that's $10,000. It
But-
just completely
Yeah.
fucking Bigfooted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck. There ain't no way.
No way.
You know? There's no way.
Like, I got nothing against the lifestyle. If that's what you go, God bless you. You know. But I mean, like, I'd be looking at like the weather and being like, "Oh, the suit is staying at home."
Now, is it all... You know, we have to talk about this. Is it all about, you know, there are people that go down there just as innocent folks dressing as animals, right? Or is it always that sexual dark side to the furries?
I think clearly there's a sexual dark side to the furries.
All of them?
Not all.
Everybody that goes down there.
I don't think everybody knows. Like,
Because it always makes the news, and you know, you hear people, oh, they're so cute, and this, that, and the other. And
Yeah.
they make it sound so innocent, and I was like, well, there is another side that
Yeah.
you're not seeing.
Like, I definitely believe that there is like somebody who believes that about them. Like, you know, I'm a furry. I'm a cushy, whatever they call themselves. I don't know. Furry's all I know for sure. I know they have other terms.
No, really?
Yeah. Depending on what level they are or something. I'm not quite sure. You know, so that's all in the Scientology chart. But like at the same time, like I don't believe like everybody's down there is just like, you know. And so, where are we having the orgy?
Yeah, I can't be, dude.
No, like I believe there are people who like. I believe there are some people who I'm sure it's a very sexual experience. I'm sure there are other people who it is just their lifestyle. Like, this is how I am. This is what I believe. This is, you know, I am a wolf. I am a puppy. Whatever it is. I don't know. But, you know, I guess just how they want to live their life. But I also believe that there is a deviant side to it as well.
Yeah.
You know, that got popularized by MTV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but I gotta feel like that's like not the majority. That's probably the minority.
Okay, that's my question.
Yeah, at least I believe that. Like, you know, because I can't believe like, well, it's a big deal. Like, I can't believe like the news would be like, well, these sexual deviants are in town. Let's give them a hand.
Yeah.
You know,
That's like, you know, on the news. I was like, you know, they're talking about the weather. And he says, you know where I went the other night? I went to Beamer's. That was a great place. And when I was done, I went right over to the adult bookstore. What a fantastic shop.
yeah,
Loved it.
yeah.
Loved it. Loved the tokens. The
Yeah.
booths were great.
The glory hole was phenomenal.
Yeah, that's
You
what
know,
I mean. Like,
yeah,
so, you know, I mean, like, I have to hope to believe that that's the minority of this convention. You know what I
Right.
mean? So, but I'm glad they come to Pittsburgh. I'm glad to support the city.
you're right.
The city does well
Yeah.
from that. You know what I mean?
We welcome them with open arms every year. They'll have the big parade tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, there's never any, you know, we do welcome them with open arms.
We do.
We don't, like,
But I
you
get
never
it.
hear about any real crimes or anything.
No,
going
like
on.
you never hear about like the debauchery.
No. Not at all.
No. But I mean, like at the same time, like
All in all, I think, when it comes down to it, for the most part, I think Pittsburgh is a relatively safe city. Relatively.
relative.
You know what I mean? I think there are parts
Yeah.
that are bad, but
But I think the other side of that too is like, I have no doubt that like, if you had a San Diego Comic Con, if you're in the know, there is debauchery taking place.
oh
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like but you don't hear about it.
right.
But I'm sure that there is a subculture of that where like, you know, there's a specific hotel that is specifically for
Yeah, that's
cosplay orgies. You know what I mean? Like I have no doubt about that. Like, you know, but you don't hear about that. Like, just I'm sure with this, I'm sure there is like, you know, hey, yeah, we've got floor 12 at the Westin, and yeah, that is bottoms optional.
This is the Tails Off Club.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, like, I'm sure there's shit like that takes place in both communities. You know what I mean? But it's not publicized.
The only way to recognize them is if their tail is pinned to one side of their costume.
Yeah,
Then you know.
But I mean, like, you know, tomorrow, like, you know, families will take their children. Like,
That's what I mean.
yeah, like it's like, and you know, I'd hate to, you know, imagine that, you know, the night before that dog my small child is petting was, you know, covered in DNA, shall we say?
Yeah.
Took a lot of red rockets.
One paw has shit on it. And it's not his.
Oh, yeah.
Mommy, what's that smell?
Yeah, so I mean,
He can't go to the bathroom there. Yuck.
Yuck indeed.
I could just see them, like, in that parade and, like, being so fucking hot. Like, this plume of stench.
Yeah.
Like a Batman movie.
Oh.
Just rolling through the street.
Yeah.
Following them.
Yeah.
You know, like a Joker boy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, I mean, people stink when they're marching in the summer period.
Yeah.
Put some fur on them. Good gravy.
Yeah, that's brutal. Yeah.
But they still act happy and they still act on their own.
Yeah. But
I'm not knocking them. It's just a side that I don't understand. So, I mean, some of it I don't understand.
Right. And
others I do. I mean, I get cosplay. I mean, my kids cosplay. We cosplayed before.
Yeah.
It's not really. You know, we've been cosplaying since we were 6.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, I guess it's going to that other level that not concerns me, just curiosity. Like,
Yeah.
Why? I guess I want to know the questions behind
Right.
what they do, the psychology of why you need to, you know, dress like a pirate wolf. I don't know.
I don't know. But like also like I've never been inside at the convention. So like I wonder like oddly, like how much furry erotica is there?
Yeah.
You know?
Or if it's just not like that.
Yeah, it's not like that at all.
I won't go in. I mean, that's something you're going to have to do on your own.
I can't do it myself. I can't. Like
I can't go in.
I've thought about it. I'll be honest. Like the sheer curiosity aspect of it has had me wonder. Like maybe I should go check this out. Like get a one day, go down on a Saturday or something, and I just can't pull that trigger.
I just don't think I can get in there.
No, I know you can't. I would never ask you to. Like there's one thing I would never ask you to do is go off of that cliff. I have seen you at college football games tracking the mascots.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I know. So, like, this is like your worst nightmare.
And I just don't think I can, yeah. I think also, too, is I wouldn't be going in any kind of costume.
Right.
So I
So
feel
how
like
much would I stick out?
the fucking target's on my back.
Yeah.
So I would get, like, all the looks.
Right.
If they're looking at me.
I'm the weirdo.
Yes. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I don't know if I can handle that. Because then I'm going to be getting stared at fucking constantly. It'd be
Right.
like a Twilight Zone episode or something.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I can't.
Yeah. No, I get that.
I mean, you see people dressed up at con and stuff like that, but there's not many furries there.
No.
You know what I mean? You know, there's a guy here and there.
I remember the one year at like Steel City Con, the guy was wearing like the horse head.
Yeah.
That you were just like, get I can't be near
I know,
that
my
guy.
kid got a horse head upstairs.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I can't be near that guy. Like every time you saw him, he turned and went the other direction.
yeah. It's this whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't on. It's just, I don't know, man. There's just something about it.
Right.
I'm better with monsterish type of things than I am with, like, real animals.
Yeah.
Real animals, like, really terrify the shit out of me.
Right.
If it's like some kind of beast or monster, I'm okay with it.
But that's the difference. That's the odd thing that's the difference is if you see somebody in a Chewbacca costume,
Yeah, I'm all in.
you are all in.
Yeah.
But it's like, what's the difference between a Chewbacca costume and the puppy pirate?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know.
I just can't.
But that's like that is the thing. Like
I mean, you put someone in a sheep's head and walk them around in some kind of weird ass costume, I'm fucking pissing my pants.
yeah.
I can't handle that shit.
Right.
Or a dog's head, or oh god.
Yeah.
I just it's too much.
Right.
Or clown.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like there is no difference between a guy dressed as Chewbacca or as a Wookiee as compared to one of these furry people. It's just Chewbacca's from Star Wars, and so you give him the pass.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just like, looking at it from like all different perspectives.
Yeah, I don't understand the psychology of my
Yeah.
madness
Like,
either.
Rock the Panther bothers you.
It does.
You know? But the small child dressed as Wicket the Ewok, you're okay with.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why Rock the Panther just was weird. So does the Nittany Lion.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just weird.
Well, I mean, the one that really freaked you out the most was the Syracuse Orange.
Yeah, that was weird too.
That one, you were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, what
Like, you
is
like
that?
audibly like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Yeah. I didn't know that was going to be here.
I didn't like Steely McBean either. And I
Yeah.
think there's a hatred of that mascot.
There is. Like, that mascot. Like, I don't know why they keep that around.
Yeah, that's just embarrassing.
It is. Like, Steely McBean is embarrassing.
They need to fucking retire that
Yeah.
thing. No mascot.
You're okay with Iceberg, though?
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I love Iceberg. I don't know why.
Yeah. Pirate Parrot?
Doesn't bother me. Kenny the Kangaroo, I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Because I knew the girls that used to be in Kenny the Kangaroo.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, it doesn't bother me because there's a connection. Not now, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
I knew people that were inside of Kenny. So
Yeah.
that didn't come out right. Oh.
Well, here's a fun
I wasn't
story.
inside of Kenny.
Yeah. Here's a fun story about that, though.
Huh.
One time I was at Kennywood, and, like, there's a goof. I went and I hugged Kenny Kangaroo. Kenny Kangaroo grabbed my ass. I was taken aback by that because I thought it was a dude in Kenny the Kangaroo.
Nice.
I did not know it was a hot chick.
Nice.
And the assistant was trying to explain that to me as I was like, okay, hey, Kenny, thanks. Like, the assistant was like trying to like, hey, she's in the, like, no, we're done. You know, little did I know.
It was a chick.
Spoiled opportunity.
Yeah. Dummy.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Now, Jeter's on the other hand.
Huh?
Just kidding.
What?
Jeter's on the other hand. Jeter's
No.
from Kennywood.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I do that. That's creepy. Yeah. I forgot about him. Yeah.
I don't know why. Maybe it's something from like when I was young, like 4 or 5, with like HR Puff and stuff and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It has to be something from the Croft people because they were fucked up anyway.
Oh. Those motherfuckers were on so much acid when they wrote all of that shit.
Yeah, dude.
Like HR Puff and stuff, Sigmund the Sea Monster, all of that stuff. The Sundays.
Sundays.
the-
The banana
The
splits.
banana splits, yeah. The banana splits, yeah. Like them, like all that shit's fucked up.
Oh, that movie terrified me.
Yeah.
When
That
the
horror movie, yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, 'cause that's like buying right into every single one of your deepest fears.
yeah. I know.
Like, you really want to fuck with me? You do an HR Puff and stuff horror movie.
Oh,
Oh. Like, you turn Witchy Poo into the hero. Because HR Puff and stuff is like, you know, this horrific evil drag. Oh, like, oh, you could just, I'd be done.
they did one with. Was that I guess that was the Banana Splits one. I thought they did with like something with like Showbiz Pizza characters.
Well, I know they did the one, it was like a knockoff of Five Nights at Freddy's with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
But now they're releasing the Five Nights at Freddy movie.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer for that.
Yeah.
That looks interesting if you're into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I think they did like there was one with Nicolas Cage where he has like 5 lines in the entire movie, which is like shocking.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
just, you know what though, and it's funny because I got through the Terrifier movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how. I don't. But you fucking sit me down in a circus.
I mean,
No way.
The day you, me, and Lisa watched The Scorpion King 2 and the Minotaur shows up in the middle of it, you actually got up and walked out of the room.
It's fucking frightening.
You were just like, fuck it, I'm out, I'm done. You tapped.
Yeah, it's shit like that.
Yeah.
That Greek.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I cannot. Like, Medusa doesn't bother me, but you can see she's beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Aside from
The snakes, yeah.
Yeah. But, like, the Minotaur. I didn't even like those fuckers in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And because
the centaurs.
The centaurs were,
yeah.
But the effects were not good on those first centaurs.
No.
They're
Yeah.
like, it was just kind of like
yuck.
Yeah. I couldn't deal.
That was almost Scorpion King-esque.
Yeah, I just
Like,
couldn't deal with that.
That rock scorpion at the end of...
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, the end of The Mummy 2, that thing shows up.
Horrible.
I mean, that had like PlayStation 2 like graphics.
How did that even make the pass?
I have no idea. None. But there it was, in all of its fucking glory.
Yeah, I just never understood that about The Mummy. You had The Mummy, which was such a great movie.
Yeah.
It really was. Like, and at least if you're gonna do a sequel, make it good. You know what I mean?
And there are parts of that movie that are very good.
Yeah.
It's just the ending is so ass, and you throw in that horrific CGI scorpion rock hybrid
Yeah.
that just looks awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first Mummy was awesome.
Oh, that's an amazing movie. It felt like Indiana Jones. It had everything you want in a movie like that.
Yeah, it was very Spielbergish.
Yeah.
It had like everything you wanted like that.
Yeah.
You know, it was very Spielbergish, Howardish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was very and it kept going.
It had a great soundtrack to it.
Yeah.
Like the music was fantastic. Everything about that movie's amazing.
Yeah.
That first Mummy movie with Brendan Fraser, top notch.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Had a good plot.
Yeah.
The story was good. The ending was a little bit of a, you know, surprise is not what I'm looking for. Twist a little bit with her being,
yeah,
you know, yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I like The Mummy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, you just respected him as a bad guy.
Yeah.
You know, that's cool.
Yeah, there's a lot to love in that
Time
movie.
period piece.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Yeah, good movie. All right.
Top notch Brendan Fraser.
That dude's always top notch.
He is, but I'm saying like that was like the height of Fraser mania. You know.
Yeah.
Like at that point,
agreed. But
like,
I mean, like,
you know, he was like, you know, George of the Jungle. He was what's his name? The Canadian
Encino Man.
Well, he was Encino Man before that, but like he had done George of the Jungle. He had done the Mountie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the character. Snotty Whiplash was the villain.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. He did that. He was on a roll there for he did the Blast from the Past. Like he was on a real roll there, and like the Mummy was like the height of like Fraser mania.
Yeah, that's where he fucked himself up though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hopefully he's making a comeback with this Oscar win.
Yeah. The guy does all the flowers. He's good people.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
He is good people.
He is. All right, let's wrap this bad boy up.
All right.
Anything to add to the proceedings there, sir?
Oh, man, I'm good.
Well, remember, there are a number of different ways you can reach out and touch us.
Hey.
You send us an email. And an email address is pittsburghnerd@yahoo.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Mastodon. Just search Pittsburgh Nerd Podcast. We're very, very easy to find. We are on a number of podcasting networks. You can find us on the Tangent Bound Network, the Weeby Geeks Network, and the Pod Breed Network. Just give them a Google search. You'll find all the other great podcasts they have to offer. And lastly, as always, want to thank you, dear listener, for putting up with Ian's coughing each and every week. We can't thank you enough for that. No, putting up with us and enjoying what we do, we can't thank you enough for that. And on that note, the dreamer has awakened.
Peace.